In this Gimp Beginner's Guide, we'll take a quick look at Gimp's new single window workspace. We'll briefly look at the menu bar, the toolbox, the tool options, zooming and the layer panel. Now this area in the middle is the image window, and it's where your image or canvas will be when you're working on it. Along the top of the image window is the menu bar. If you click on a menu, a list of relevant options will appear underneath. You can then hover over the other menu titles to see their options. If you don't want to use an option, you can exit the menu bar by clicking on one of the menu names. Now we'll create a canvas, click on File, click on New, and we'll accept the default size, so click OK. Sometimes options are greyed out and you can't use them. Now if you click on Edit, you'll see the first option is Undo, and it's greyed out. In fact, so is Redo and Fade. But they're greyed out because you haven't done anything yet to undo. So click on Edit again to exit the menu. And when Gimp opened, it was probably defaulted on your airbrush, so that's fine. Put your cursor over the canvas, hold down your left mouse button and just drag out a line. And let that left mouse button go. Now go back to Edit, and you'll see that Undo is now dark coloured, and it lights up when you hover over it. It actually says Undo Airbrush. And if you click on it, the airbrush disappears. If I click on Edit again, I can also redo the airbrush. To the left of my image window is my toolbox. Now your tools may be arranged differently to mine, but it doesn't really matter. Underneath the toolbox is this tool here, and this is your colour indicator tool. And under that is tool options. Now the tool options are relevant to the tool that you have selected at the time. And in this case, I have an airbrush selected, so the tool options are for the airbrush. And the airbrush has got a slider bar because there are so many tool options, they don't fit on my page. If you go to, say, the zoom tool, which is the one that looks like a magnifying glass, click on it, and then look at the tool options, you'll see that there aren't very many, and it doesn't have a slider. Now along the bottom of your image window is a number followed by a percentage sign. This shows the zoom of your current view. Now my canvas is zoomed at 100%. Click on the drop down arrow beside the percentage sign, and then say click on 400%. Now your canvas or image has zoomed up 400%. It is so large though that you cannot see all of it, and you need to use the sliders to see the entire page. Click on the drop down arrow again, and this time click on 12.5%. And now it has zoomed down, so small that you can hardly see it. You can also make a custom zoom. Simply select or highlight the zoom number and put in the number you like, 99%, Press enter on your keyboard and you'll see that Gimp automatically put in the percentage sign and zoomed it to 99%. Now this word down here, which in my case is background, is the default name that Gimp has given this first canvas I've made. If I'd opened a photo or an image that was already named, Gimp would put that name down there. Now to the right of your image window, I've got my Layers panel. Here's the name Background, which is the name of this canvas. And to the left of that, you'll see an eye. If you click on the eye, your canvas will disappear. As we've only got a single layer, Gimp is now showing you the checkerboard pattern. And this pattern represents a transparent area. Go back to where the eye was and click again, and your canvas comes back. You didn't actually delete the canvas, you simply made it transparent. So if at some stage your canvas disappears on you or your layer disappears, just check that you haven't clicked that eye. Underneath are layer tools. But at the moment we're only going to work with a single layer. We'll look at multiple layers in future tutorials. And underneath that are brush options. And again, there's a slider. And again, we'll look at the brush options in future tutorials. I'll close this canvas without saving it. Well, I hope that was a useful look around the Gimp single window mode workspace.